Rise and grind. It's my name is Tetsyumi, and welcome back to episode 20, Hawk 2 of our Terraria. You know what? No, I can't leave that. I apologize for that one. That was bad. We're episode 22. This is episode 22 of our Terraria Fargos Soul mod playthrough. Welcome back. This is technically the first Fargos Soul mod video I am recording in 2025. I say it like that because after the new year came around, I already uploaded a Fargos Soul mod video to my channel. However, that was recorded in 2024, a few days before 2025. But this is the first one I'm recording in 2025. And now that it is 2025, it actually looks like Fargos Soul mod has a little bit of an update. There's a few things new. I'm sure, like, just from the screen right now, you guys can't even tell if there's anything new at all with Fargos Soul mod. But for one, you guys can see here, when I hover over this, it no longer says, God, what did it say before? It no longer says Eternity mode is enabled. Now it finally actually shows us that we are in Masochist mode by saying Masochist mode is enabled, which is very cool. And then, unfortunately, it looks like there's been some changes to some of these enchantments that we have on, and the one that like made me realize that there was an update to the Fargos Soul mod is actually from the tungsten enchantment. If you guys don't remember, my sword, the superior slime slinging slasher here, used to be incredibly good for the sole purpose that I had the tungsten enchantment on, and it would make it like 150 times bigger than it normally is. But now you guys can read it down here, it only increases melee weapon size by 50%, so that has a pretty big nerf. But it looks like it was reworked a little bit too, because now instead of having like extra size, it adds a shockwave with a huge knockback that deals damage to the original target. Like, my attack has another shockwave attack. But as you guys can see here, my sword is no longer as big as like a third of the screen. It's pretty much normal sized and fully functional. But it's the same with enchantments like the Adamantite one here. The Adamantite enchantment used to make your weapon fire 2 projectiles, 3 if you had it on with like the wizard enchantment like this. But now what it does is it says the longer you fire your weapon, the faster it fires, up to 30% faster. And also, like, weapon projectiles are inaccurate and like it has the effectiveness of homing weapons, which that was all pretty normal. But yeah, instead of like firing additional projectiles, now it just increases the speed, which I think I looked at it off camera and it looks like it doesn't really even work with this weapon that I have right now, the slime slinging slasher. So honestly, this enchantment is just kind of useless to us now, so we can probably replace it. And I'm sure that there are more enchantments and stuff that I'll need to take a look at and replace, but one thing I will never replace is any of you gorgeous, darling, beautiful viewers, and that's why I'm here at my wall of appreciation. This is where I come to give you, the viewers, some appreciation for watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and favoriting and hearting and sharing, but, you know, mostly commenting. Commenting is how I put you on the wall. And today, the wall of appreciation commenter I'm going to be adding to my wall is ZRJ1IS. It looks like this is an L here, but no, this is a 1, because they spoke some wisdom. They spoke some truth in my last comment section. They said, you will get the enchantment you need from the champions. I'm just going to leave that sentence there, take a little bit to set it in, because if you guys don't remember, last episode what we did is we were doing a bunch of running around because we're preparing to make ourselves the soul of Terraria, which is this thing right here, which, as you can see, absolutely massive. But what you need to make this thing are all of these, each one of these forces, which are just combined enchantments. Like, all of the enchantments in the game, basically, you combine to make these forces, and then you combine to put them in the soul of Terraria. So last episode, what we did is we went running around crafting as many of them as we can craft currently, because it's a pretty late game accessory. And then I get this comment, and it jumpstarts my brain, because in fact we did already fight ourselves a champion enemy here. You can see we fought the champion of timber, and I guess my brain just didn't process what happened, but the champion of timber did in fact give us some of the like materials we need to craft the force of timber. So I'm sure if I farmed it more, it probably would have dropped every single one, which means that eventually, once we fight all these champion enemies, which we do plan on doing, it means I probably wouldn't have actually had to make any of these forces by myself. I probably could have just farmed all of these champion enemies and waited for them to drop all the things we need, which is a little bit unfortunate. But with that being said, you know, I'm still very glad that this commenter left that comment. It was very helpful, and because of that, put you on the wall. Thank you. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of the video. And I guess this segues in pretty nicely to what we're going to be talking about right now, which is, of course, our episode to-do list. As you can see, we only have 3 things on our to-do list. We're not doing any more running around because apparently we don't need to, and we never, I guess, did need to. But as you guys can see, the thing we are doing on today's episode is we're just going to be fighting the next 2, possibly 3 champions if we have the time, because we did already do all the running around we need to do. We have some insanely cool weapons, so I figured we'll probably do like a one-on, one-off kind of thing where we'll do one episode of fighting the overloaded bosses, which we did last episode, and then we can do the next episode of fighting some of the champions, which we are going to do in this episode. And the next 2 champions we have to fight here is going to be the champion of Terra and the champion of Earth. And just in case you guys don't remember what these champions are, basically it is a really cool rematch system that Fargo Soul Mod has, where you basically just refight all of the Fargo Soul Mod bosses, but they're like super strong and they're really cool, and they do have new attacks. It is super cool, and it's the same thing with the overloaded bosses. Actually, the overloaded bosses are the same kind of rematch system, except it's with the like vanilla Terraria bosses instead of the Fargo Soul Mod ones. So with that being said, I don't actually remember what 2 bosses these are, like the champion of Terra and the champion of Earth. So I guess we'll figure that out right now. Like we are set to fight these things. Like I already got all the stuff I need. I got myself solar flare stuff. I got, you know, I got my slime slinging slasher, even though it's a little bit bad right now, but I can always back up to my... Whoa, okay. In the beginning of the video, right, I said that there was an update to the Fargo Soul Mod. It looks like they changed this weapon. This weapon never used to have this attack. It's like an actual flail now. That's so cool. It has a new sound effect too. That sounds sick. Oh my god. Okay, well maybe we'll have to use this weapon in the fight, because that's really cool. I didn't expect that at all. So let's just go ahead and I think wait for it to become daytime for the champion of Terra here. Oh no, just underground. We'll just, I guess, head underground and then fight whatever boss this is. So I'm not exactly sure if this will work, but as you guys can see, we are here in my underground jungle, because this is pretty much the biggest underground arena that I have. I'm not sure if we can be in the underground jungle or if this is going to spawn like a completely different boss. But let's go ahead and put on our big brain buster, which we got from the last episode. I think we can just kind of start this thing. I'll probably put on this like galactic globe instead of the adamantite enchantment, because the adamantite enchantment, as we figured out earlier, is just kind of doo-doo garbage right now. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and spawn this thing in 3, 2, 1. Bam. What is this thing? Whoa. Wait, what? Hold on. What is this actually? Have I ever fought this boss before? I don't know what it's doing here. Am I supposed to get out of the circle or into the circle? Interesting. This is... Wow, it takes a big chunk of my health off. That is so cool. Let me try and use this weapon too. So what this weapon used to do is all these little like accessory eye things that it's flinging around, that used to be like that used to be kind of its main attack. It would fire those things off as like a homing attack, and then its regular attack would be like the regular attack of the flail here. So I'm not really sure how to use this effectively anymore because of the changes, but it's so cool looking. Oh, that's not... What? Okay, I thought that was my attack. You know, this guy has a lot of health. I don't think I've ever seen this boss before. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since the start of this series, but I genuinely don't think that this is a boss that I've ever fought. Same with like the Cursed Coffin. The Cursed Coffin was also like a recent addition in terms of bosses to Fargo Soul Mod, because we went straight from the Trojan Squirrel all the way to the Deviant. It looks like there was never a boss in between this. So yeah, this is just a completely new boss. Okay, so I just took a look again at all of these Forces of Timber, because apparently now they've all been updated, and it looks like it might actually be worth it to put some of these on. The reason I don't have them on right now is because I guess before the last update, just having the regular tungsten enchantment on was better, because it gave more of like a boost to my weapon size than like the Force of Terra would, which is the enchantment that has the Force of Tungsten inside of it. But now it looks like they're the same. So there's really no reason not to put on this entire force, because now I also get a bunch of other benefits. I take like 60% less damage over time. Like, you can read it. It does a lot of cool stuff. And I think it's going to be the same for like, honestly, probably this one. I don't think the galactic globe is really even that worth it to have on anymore, because instead I can put on this Force of Life here. Right. Okay. That's something I actually completely forgot about. You could only have one force on at a time. What? Wait, what? Oh, is that not a thing? Did I just make that up? That I can't... What? Oh, I'm stupid. The reason I can't have it on with this thing, the Celestial Starboard, is because this is wings, and the Force of Life actually gives me wings, as you guys can see here. Okay, that was so... Dude, that was so confusing. I almost went insane trying to figure that out. That's so weird, but I guess that's actually still good, because now now that I don't need these wings on either, I can put on yet another one of these forces. I don't know which one I even want. But I mean, I guess we'll find out. I would say we are pretty kitted out at this point. I put on 4 of my 5 available forces here. And actually, I could even put on more technically. Like, as you can see, I just have this random, like, menacing shinobi infiltrator enchantment. This does go into making one of the combined things. I just, like, I haven't taken the time to make it because it requires just a little bit more grinding, and we didn't get to that off camera last episode. But, like, I mean, technically I could have even more, but I think this is good. Just to briefly explain some of the power-ups that these are giving me, and I mean super brief. Like, if you want to go ahead and pause the video and read what all these things do, absolutely be my guest. This enchantment makes me crit more and get favorable crits for every pickup. One of these, like, just spawns mushrooms that will, like, heal me, and that's technically a pickup, I believe, so I'll be critting if I pick those up. One of them gives me, like, a revive that will revive 200 health, a parry that negates up to 200 damage. I think one of them, like, reflects 500%. Yeah, contact damage is reflected 500%. Like, this is bonkers banana crazy. Also, this umbrella just, like, makes me immune to damage from the top, or, like, it gives me defense boost for, like, if attacks were coming at me from the top for some reason. Like, dude, I don't even know. But I think with all of this, let's go ahead and try round 2 with whatever weird worm thing that was. I am so excited for this rematch, not only because I think this is just a new boss, but, like, I mean, dude, look at my screen right now. Like, nothing can even come close to me right now. I am so curious to see how much all of these forces are actually going to help my gameplay here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and spawn this guy and see what happens. He already did hit me a little bit. He definitely does a lot of damage for sure. It looks like I'm not even doing that much damage to him, though, interestingly. I don't know if it's a case where I need to, like, hit his head or so. Whoa, what is that? So it looked like I couldn't, like, escape something. Like, I couldn't escape his body, even with, like, my shinobi dash, which makes me invulnerable. So I don't really know what this is about, but I think I was right. I think you do need to hit either his head or his tail to damage him, because I really wasn't doing that much damage there. Oh, I see. So in that phase, he starts circling, and you just have to avoid that ball. And those, like, the cross section there, that's not actually an attack until it explodes. Okay. Yo, 8,000 health? Oh my god. I totally have this fight for 1. And for 2, this fight is sick. This fight is so cool, dude. I have been continuously blown away by the Fargo soul mod. Just, like, completely unique and really fun fights. And yet again, like, I keep saying it, this has gotta be top 5. It's so cool. Damn, another really good attempt. The queen bee is awoken. Oh, damn. Bro, you see the queen bee trying to take credit for that kill? That's crazy. Okay, you know what? I will absolutely take that. I don't know why. That attempt, like, I just locked in. It was super easy for me, but that fight, I'm telling you, that was so much fun. That was so awesome. Hopefully it looked fine on YouTube's end. I know, like, the underground jungle and, like, all the random attacks and accessories and stuff I have is probably not going to do great for, like, YouTube's bitrate. I will absolutely take that. And, oh, you know what? Look at that. That one also did drop some of the other enchantments. It does make sense that this boss is dropping the enchantments. That's not what I'm confused about. I'm a little bit confused because looking back at it, the Champion of Timber, right? That was a rematch against the Trojan Squirrel. That was like the Trojan Squirrel, but a little bit harder and like a very cool fight still. This one, though, the Champion of Terra, was a completely new fight. So I'm wondering then, is it going to be new, like brand new fights for these champion enemies, or is it going to be like kind of half and half? Like, are we going to get to a point where we're fighting a champion, but the champion is just going to be like a stronger version of the deviant, is what I'm saying? Because like I don't really know, but I guess that's really cool. But because we didn't actually get anything that we can really look at, we can just go into our next thing from our to-do list, which is going to be to fight the champion of Earth here, which I think is also probably going to be the last thing we do this episode, because I don't have a ton of time left to record this, and I think the episode's going to be a little bit long right now as is. All right, so our next champion is the Champion of Earth, and it is fought in the Underworld. It's called the Champion of Earth. Dude, imagine if it's like, it's just Goku. Imagine if I'm fighting Goku in this mod. That would be insane. But let's go ahead and spawn this thing in, see if it is Goku. Ooh. Whoa! This is so cool. Wow, I don't know if I'm supposed to be like running away from this boss, or if it's like, it's better to fight this thing stationary. Dude, this looks so sick. Oh my god, this looks so cool. I really didn't expect it to be like kind of a Skeletron thing going on here. Wow. Yeah, I am just kind of low-key outrunning all of these attacks, though, I gotta say. So maybe this is the strat, just to keep running and like take on, oh, you know what? I was gonna say run and take on the head. It looks like that's my only option, is to take on the head, because the hands don't have their own health bar. I know this is like a completely different fight, but this fight feels very similar to like the Guardians, the Profaned Guardians, if you guys know that boss fight from the Calamity mod. I don't know why, it has similar vibe. Like, both are fought in hell, both are kind of the same strategy of like running to the side, it looks like. We're about to get the halfway mark, I think, right? So, oh wow, that got super slowed from that attack. So I wonder, is there going to be like a second phase, a new attack or something crazy? We're taking a ton of damage right now, actually. Wow, this slowness effect is not joking around. That's crazy. Oh, okay, I don't want to get too far away from the boss, because yeah, it looks like it did get a second phase. Okay, very cool. We'll take that. I really could use a heal. Let's get immediately into our second attempt here. This boss fight is so cool, and this time I have slightly more of a strategy, if you can even call it that. What I did is I put on myself the Ankh shield. It's not on currently, but I'm thinking if we get hit by that attack again that makes you really slow, I'm thinking I can really quickly swap to the Ankh shield and just like, you know, hopefully get rid of that slowness debuff, because that was like a super bad slowness debuff. All right, looks like we're gonna have to turn around here, because this is actually like, yeah, this is suspiciously close to the edge of the world, but there we go. Oh, ow, oh my god, these attacks are hurting. Wow. Oh my god, dude, I have to dodge things in this fight? I can't just run to the side and not think about dodging? What the hell? All right, this time we're gonna start all the way to the edge of the world, so hopefully I don't really have to turn around and like think about dodging and, you know, mess up my patterns with all the attacks and stuff. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, here we go. Phase 2. Ooh, ouch. Damn, dude. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is something that I never want to do. I hate doing it, in fact. I'm going to make a little bit better of an arena. I'll make like a technically a real arena. I'll use some of the city busters, and we'll make like a decent area, because for the most part I think I understand a lot of this boss's attack patterns, and I think I would probably greatly benefit from having more like vertical height. It's always scary doing this, but I got myself 4 of these city busters, and I guess I'll just throw one, yeah, all the way down there, and we'll see what happens. This is the area now. Oh, and okay. I mean, that seems to be, that seems fine, I think. Like, it destroyed an area up here, actually, too. So I'll probably just explode another one, like, I don't know, one right there, and then we'll move over here a little bit and do one, like, down there. It's better to be safe than sorry. So I have exploded myself in approximately this big of an area, which honestly I think should be absolutely more than enough to take on this boss. You know, fingers crossed. So I think now that we have a sizable arena, let's go into some more attempts. No, dude, no! I despawned him. Oh, I low-key knew that would happen, but like I didn't actually think that would happen. I was only up here in the hollow for a second. Damn. I think honestly though, we absolutely have this fight. I was getting pretty close to dying at the end, but so was he. I think we got this. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? That attempt was amazing. Oh my god. Honestly, I could have actually done that attempt even better, but we didn't need to. Like, this arena just... Like, not even the arena, honestly, dude. This weapon, the demonic leash of Cthulhu, is a menace. I never realized how much damage it had. I guess, you know, because it did get reworked literally last update. Like, it's just... This weapon is a menace, especially combined with the big brain buster, bro. Like, it is... Like, actually, you know what? I haven't even really seen the damage of it on a super dummy. How much damage can we actually get to? Obviously, we have, like, right around 3,000 plus with our just regular... with all of our, like, sentries and accessories and all that stuff. And then combined with the Leash of Cthulhu... This is me just spam clicking, by the way. I'm not even, like, winding it up. Dude, I'm getting 15,000 damage. 15,000 damage is about the average that I'm getting up there. Insane. That's absolutely insane, dude. Fargo's soul mod endgame is crazy. And like, technically, look at that. We're not even at the endgame yet, dude. We still have 3 more regular bosses. We got all these champions left. Insane. But gamers, with that being said, I mean, that's going to be the end of the episode. We don't even have anything cool to look at in terms of boss drops. It just dropped us a few enchantments, which we pretty much already had. So gamers, with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. If you really liked it, subscribe. And yeah, I will see you gamers in the next episode where we'll do a few more overloaded bosses. Peace.